Okay, welcome back to the vlog this week, guys. Today I have decided to follow up on my vlog from a fortnight ago, which was doing my shop at Aldi, and I've decided to try the different options that we've got here in Brisbane. So which is basically Aldi, Woolies, Coles or Costco, but Costco isn't really an option for me because one, I don't drive and it's about half an hour away from us, and I'm not really sure of the benefits if you're not using the cheap petrol. So I am going to possibly look into doing a vlog for Costco, but I'm just not really sure how beneficial it would be for me personally. So yes, so I did my online shopping with Woolies. I did that last night, put the order through, and then it was actually no, I did it this morning. I did the order last night and put it through this morning. So I think it was about 7 o'clock this morning I put it through, and I was able to choose the midday to 2 p.m. Free pickup time. So I've just been down with my husband and picked up the groceries. So I'm about to unload them all and pack them away and organize them for meals. So I'm basically going to use the same sort of template that I did last time, like basically the same meals. But that doesn't really matter because, you know, one meal had each fortnight is kind of what I've always done anyway, so it's not really a big deal to redo the same meals. And they're always a little bit different anyway, like had with rice, had with pasta, or done a different way. So it's not really a big deal with that. So yeah, so the price comparison came in pretty good, to be honest. I really think it's pretty much right, like exactly. But for that money, you've not had to actually physically go and do the groceries yourself. You basically just rock up and the trolley's there ready for you to just leave with it. So that's a personal thing because I personally don't mind doing the groceries. So, but you know, I guess, you know, time is time. So there you go. That is the price comparison for that. But of course I really have to wait till the end of the fortnight to know if it really did compare. What I did last fortnight with Aldi, I did have one meal left over. I've still got the packet of chicken breast in the freezer. So I didn't do the chicken breast and roast veggies this fortnight. We must have just had a night that we did leftovers or something. I'm not really sure what happened, but there's always obviously variations. Like tonight, my husband and I are going out for dinner with friends, and my daughter's going out, the two boys are going to my mum's for dinner, so that'll be one meal that won't be out of the 14 for the fortnight anyway. So there's always things like that happen. So yeah, so okay, so let's get into unpacking the groceries and getting them sorted out for meals. Okay, one thing I forgot to say. To make this a fair comparison, I got mainly the Woolies or home brand groceries where I could, because that's more of a fair comparison with Aldi. So there you go, just remember that. Okay, everything is finally put away. Isn't it awesome to have a full stocked pantry? So I'll just turn you around and we can have a look at what we've got. Okay, so we have a whole stack of little tuna tins, which is for my son's school lunches, which actually has just occurred to me that school's about to finish. But anyway, I'm sure it'll still get used. Big cans of tuna, which is for family meals. So these are for spaghetti bog, lazy lasagna, normal lasagna if I feel like making that. The stovetop lasagna, which is a really great recipe. Heaps of diced tomatoes. I use this in all sorts of things. Black beans for our tacos and Mexican lasagna, that sort of stuff. Corn, which I put into things, but also we have on our burgers and stuff. Cannelloni beans, which I use to sort of bulk things up, which also helps make the meals cheaper. Pineapple chunks I use in a few of my recipes, and then the pineapple slices we use for our burgers, which we have for weekend lunches normally. Coconut cream obviously for curries and basically anything where you would normally make like a cheese sauce or a creamy sauce. So the apple slices and the pitted cherries, I think I was going to try and make some sort of slice or something, so we'll see what happens with that. Minced garlic, everything needs garlic, let's be real. Same with basil pesto, makes any meal 10 times better. Okay, heaps of baked beans because they make great easy meals for lunch, toasties, and also it goes in my sweet and sour sausage casserole. So there you go. And just the normal condiments and lots of, actually have lots and lots of wholemeal self-raising because I use it for my pizza, my 2-ingredient pizza dough. So there you go. Oodles of milk, which is excellent. Still haven't picked up my wheat Bix, only got a couple of boxes there, but there you go. So that is it for this week's shopping. Hopefully that will get us all the way through the fortnight. I'm sure it will. So let's just have a look at the cost breakdown for this fortnight with having shopped at Woolies. So these at the top here are just a few of the sort of, I don't know, extra things that I had to have there to remind me. If we go right down the bottom, you'll see my total was $3.32, which is about $30 more than last time at Aldi. However, I did definitely get, I bought my husband 2 bottles of iced coffee. I got myself 2 bottles of iced coffee, and that's $17.50 worth right there. And also I did get a couple of other things that I don't normally get, as well as a couple more of things, more duplicates of things that I normally get too. So I still really feel like it was a really good shop. So, okay, so if we go back up here and look at the meals, what I found was once I worked out the price per meal based on the prices paid at Woolies today, some of the meals came in cheaper, some came in a little dearer, but really not enough either way to make one shop dearer than the other, if you know what I mean. So because the chicken thighs I actually found a little bit cheaper, the coconut cream was a bit cheaper, but things like the sausages, they were definitely cheaper, but things like, see what I can find here, the pineapple, I mean, look at that, $2.20 for a can of pineapple when I think it was 99 cents at Aldi. So there's a big difference there, but it doesn't really seem to come out in the cost of the meal overall, because the sausages were more like $7 something for half the pack last time, and now they're $5. So I think that kind of works out. The mince meals, which is lazy lasagna, spaghetti bowl, that sort of thing, the mince was a little bit dearer. I think last time it was 9 something and this time it was 10. But I think the pasta was a little bit cheaper, and the passata is $1.99 at Aldi and $1.50 at Woolies. So there's your difference there. The garlic bread, I think it's just a smidge cheaper, I'm not sure. So yeah, everything seems to just work out fairly the same. Things like diced tomatoes, they're kind of the same price. The cashew meal, obviously, things like that. I did buy cashews today, but I've just left that price the same, because once you work out what you use per meal, it's going to come out about the same amount. For the tuna, that was significant because the large tuna cans at Woolies are $2.60. They're $3.69 at Aldi. So that's kind of a decent difference there. Same thing with the veggies. I just sort of left those amounts the same because per kilo things are pretty much the same wherever you go, the fruit shop, Aldi, Woolies, because obviously they're all competing with each other, so they keep all their prices the same. So yes, the chicken breast, that price is exactly the same as last time, because as I said, I had chicken breast left over that I didn't use from last time, so that's why that price is exactly the same as last time. The chicken thigh, I think, came in a little bit cheaper, not sure. And this time, I think I mentioned it last time I was going to try this, but instead of buying the pouches, I bought basmati rice for the risotto, and I bought brown rice for other meals. And obviously that's going to come in a lot cheaper. I mean, 75 cents as opposed to the $1.99 for the pouch. So that's kind of a significant saving there. So yeah, the pizzas still come in, still an excellent price for the size pizza that it makes. I think it was about 80 cents cheaper than that last time. That's probably just in the pineapple. The difference in the can of pineapple really is probably the only difference. So there you go. So that pretty much covers this shop. It doesn't really bring out any sort of result except that it's fairly similar. So it's just how much value you place on whether you have to do that actual physical shopping yourself. So there you go. So thank you for joining us this fortnight shop. And yes, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and send me a like and a comment.